Yo guys, welcome back. This is the Hosey Man, and today I want to talk about the PlayStation VR. I'm really excited about this. It's just round the corner, October 13th, $400 or £350 here in the UK. And yeah, I know some of you guys are going to say that's a shitload of money, and it is for some people, but I'll tell you why that's a steal right in a second. Now, before I talk about a massive selling point that's been hugely overlooked, it's also worth noting here that this is not Sony's first headset. In fact, since 2011, Sony have released 3 headsets: the HMZ T1, the T2 and the T3W. Now, they weren't gaming headsets and they're not VR headsets, but they were 3D display headsets. Basically, you could watch your favourite movies or play your games on a massive cinema screen. That was really appealing to me, so I went out and got one at the beginning of this year. I got it on eBay for £350 because I would not spend £800 that they were asking for it brand new. The T3W version is like £1,000 or $1,000. I was like, no way, even though that's going to be a lot better. But without getting into in-depth review on that device, I'll just quickly tell you, it was a piece of shit. The build quality was garbage. It was really cheap plastic on it for the price of it. It was the most uncomfortable thing I'd ever wore. It was all front heavy, all the weight was in the front, and it literally crushed your nose into your face. Half an hour into any movie and you had to stop and take a break. The only way I got through a movie for 2 hours was to lie on my back to take the weight off my face. You could never get the screen in focus. It was like watching a movie underwater through a set of goggles, and it was just frustrating. I mean, there was little sliders for each eye, so you could sometimes get the edges in focus, but then the centre would go out of focus. You always wanted the centre in focus, of course, so you'd always have the edges out of focus, and that was a pain in the arse. So you could never play games with it because, as you know, most games have a heads-up display, so you could never see how much ammo you'd have left or your health bar, or you couldn't read your mini-map, so gaming was out an option. So that was the HMZ T1. And after about 2 weeks, I put it back up on eBay. I was really disappointed and I got my money back. And I started thinking, after looking at the Project Morpheus as it was then known, which is now known as PlayStation VR, that it had potential. And if you look at the early models of Project Morpheus, it looks very similar to the HMZ T1, T2 and T3 models. And the point I'm making here is Sony have had time to learn from their mistakes, whereas, not saying Oculus Rift or HTC Vive have mistakes, but this is their first headset of any kind, whereas Sony have made these before and thought, right, they can fix the weight and the balance of it and the focus problem and everything I've just mentioned. Because even though I've never tried any of these headsets, and I'm sure some of you guys maybe have, anyone I know and I've spoke to who have tried this, and from what I've read online and seen online, there's no mention of any of these issues. Apparently it's really comfortable and it's perfectly balanced and it's really good for those who wear glasses. You can just stick it on and adjust it, and there's a lot more adjustability there, and there's no mention of the focus problem or how cheap it felt, you know, none of those things. So I have high hopes for that. And leading up to the big selling point that no one's talking about is it has this mode called cinematic mode. It's not just a VR headset, it means you can watch your favourite movies on Blu-ray or DVD, go on Netflix, even YouTube, or play your existing non-VR PlayStation 4 games on a massive cinema screen. Now I think that sounds fucking awesome, and I'm sure you guys will as well. I mean, think about who doesn't want to play Uncharted 4 or The Last of Us or any game you like, or even watching a movie on a screen the size of the cinema. So that's something you can do, and that's something to keep in the back of your mind when you're looking at getting, or you're thinking of getting one of these. Moving on about price, the £350 or $400 can be a problem for some people. It's a lot of money because some people might not want to spend that much, but I think it's a really good price because the HTC Vive is £800 or $800. And that's without a gaming PC, which you need for it. Which you're talking minimum £1,000 or $1,000 just to play the thing, really. You're needing something with a really powerful graphics card. The Oculus Rift, which is in the middle, about £600, $600, you've got the same problem. You need a really high-end gaming PC for that as well. So you're talking either spending $1,600 or pounds, or £1,800 or dollars. And I think when you start thinking about that, £350 for a PlayStation 4 VR is more appealing. And what I mean is, if you're an Xbox player, but you're watching this video and you're thinking, I want to get into the world of VR, you know, it's still cheaper for you to go out and buy a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation VR, a PlayStation camera, and the PlayStation Move controllers, 2 of them, and you still be paying less than for one HTC Vive headset. Even if you've already got a high-end gaming PC, it's still cheaper. And yeah, the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive are supposedly they're a lot better, but that difference might only be negligent. I mean, you might not notice it that much, because it really comes down to the games as well. And it's early days. I mean, the PlayStation 4 Neo is just round the corner as well, which is going to give more power for developers to make better looking games. And VR's new, so it's still to evolve, and it's one of those things that with a PC, there's compatibility issues. It's hard for developers to work on something that's fixed. It's an open platform, whereas with a games console like the PlayStation 4, it's a closed platform, so nothing really changes. So it gives developers more room, knowing what they make is going to work, so they can focus and they can use that power, you know. So I think the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation VR is the way to go, in my opinion. I think it's less risk, it's less money, it's plug and play, and it's a in the living room experience as well, rather than sitting through, you know, a gaming desk. Because I don't have a gaming PC, and I love gaming on PCs. I used to be a big PC gamer back in the days of Half-Life, all the way up to the last time I PC gamed was just after the original Crysis came out. And I remember spending £2,000 on a gaming rig to play Crysis. And then when I started thinking, there was a lot at the time I was playing my Xbox 360, and yeah, the game was far better looking than anything on the 360 I ever had, but it wasn't night and day. It was morning and afternoon, if that makes sense. Like, it was a difference, a big difference, but it wasn't enough to justify spending that money, because every time a new graphics card was coming out, I was spending more on a graphics card than I would for a new console. And that's still like that today. Some graphics cards out there, like the Titan X, you're talking 2-3 times the price of a gaming console, and that's just crazy. And that's once every year, or how often you buy graphics cards, I don't know. But there is a chance that at the moment Xbox One players, obviously, they don't have a VR option right now. But there's a good chance it's going to be an Oculus Rift that will come, because if you buy an Oculus Rift now, it comes with an Xbox One controller, and that's a big sign that Microsoft and Oculus are talking, and they're looking at doing a partnership. And Oculus have a huge financial backing by being owned by Facebook, so there's a lot of things that can be worked out there. That maybe there might be a price drop or something. I don't know. It's all speculation, but I'm excited for PlayStation VR. I'm sure you guys are as well. If you happen to know a place nearby where you live where you can go and try one of these things out, go and do it. Come back in the comments section and let us know what you thought of it, because unfortunately where I stay, there's nowhere anywhere near me within 100 miles that does or has any tests of a PlayStation VR. So I'm going to have to wait till it comes out. I'm going to take the lunge, and I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to get one of these things on release date on October 13th, which is just around the corner. If you guys have already tried one, or go out and try one, have a discussion, have a wee debate, keep it nice and friendly. But I'll jump in the comment section with you and we can talk about this. I'm really excited about it, as I've said like 3 times. If you like this video and you want to see more, I'm going to be doing an updated version of my PlayStation 4 and Xbox One comparison. If you've seen my previous one, you'll know that I'm non-biased. I love PC gaming, I love Xbox gaming, and I love PlayStation gaming. I don't really prefer one over the other.
So I'm more than happy to help or talk to anyone, no matter what platform you're on. Anyway guys, I'm going to jump off. Peace out. Remember to hit that like button, comment below and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.